I want to do a couple of things before we begin. I see a couple of old timers who have come to join us today, and I want to recognize them. First of all, Ken Autry. Where'd Ken? Ken, stand up. It's good to have you back. You know, I recognize him. He has to give a speech. Same guy. The other one I want to recognize is Ron Falkenberry. Dean, stand up and let us. Now, Ken and Ron, I recognized you before the two trustees here, okay? I want to recognize our two trustees. George McIntyre's here and Ken Jackson. Thank you for coming out today. You know, we're here today with a simple task. We're going to recognize and pay tribute to the people who worked to build the finest honors program in the state of South Carolina. That's our task today. It's simple. And the way we'll begin today is I'm going to ask the provost. She's going to come up and talk to us a little bit about the history of the honors program. And then when Alyssa gets finished, we'll ask each one of the recipients, or Charlene in Duane's case, to come forward, and we'll unveil the plaque and hear from each of them. Alyssa?
Thank you very much. So the honors program began in 1982. It had one honors course that year. Thanks to Charlene, I know the title of that course, and it was Democracy in America, a Philosophical Appraisal. So for a political scientist, I appreciate that. And where's our philosophers in the room? Y'all would appreciate that. There you go, John. Dr. Duane Myers served as the first director of the program, and he served until 1995. Dr. Myers developed a curriculum for the honors program that included honors sections of general education requirements, as well as the time-honored colloquium that all of our students love and enjoy, and the independent study. In 1994, the program expanded to provide students the ability to graduate with university honors, which meant they had to have 21 credit hours and also write a thesis. In 1996, Dr. Richard Chapman became the director of the honors program, a position he held until 1999. During this time, the program continued to grow through the addition of experiential learning opportunities, including the yearly fall honors trip. Dr. Pamela Rooks became the director of the honors program in 1999 and served in this position until 2013. During her time as director, several major changes took place, including the addition of the Washington Semester program option, which began in 2002, the Honors Ambassador Travel Study Abroad program, which began in 2004, and the development of dedicated honors housing on campus, which began in 2009. In 2013, Dr. John Tuttle took over the directorship of the honors program. Dr. Tuttle began his time as director by initiating a major overhaul of the curriculum. The key changes included providing service and leadership opportunities through special symposia, as well as the introduction of special topics options for honors courses. These unique course offerings are based upon the research interests of the faculty members who are teaching the courses, and sometimes are developed based upon the special interest of the students themselves. In the fall of 2020, the honors program expanded its footprint to the space that we are in now. And it is here where we gather to honor those who created and served this wonderful program throughout its over 40-year history. And so I now ask Dr. Carter to please come back to the podium to initiate today's dedication.
Thank you, Alyssa. Nicely done. So imagine, if you can, Duane starting a program with no organization, no funding, begging chairs and deans for courses. I'm not even going to go there, Charlene, okay? But he got the funding. And he got the collaboration. And as everybody in this room knows who worked with Duane Myers. He was methodical to a T. He built a sound foundation. He built a terrific program. Charlene, will you come forward and let's unveil the plaque to Duane?
Thank all of you for being here today. I appreciate it very much, and I know Duane would if he were here. Several years ago, during one of the homecoming weekends, there was a reception for Honors Program alums. And when I first found out that I was going to have something to say here, a comment that he made that night came back to me. He was talking about the origins of the program, and I'd like to read that verbatim now so that I don't miss anything of what he said. The purpose of the program was to provide not more difficult, but more stimulating courses. Courses with limited enrollment, courses that focus more on discussion than lecture, courses that are often cross-disciplinary, and courses that encourage student participation. Well, as I look at this building, I think it's the epitome of a stimulating environment. So I think over the years with the 4 directors, indeed there has been the creation of a very stimulating environment. And I know that Duane would be very proud to have a room named after him.
So then our close friend, Rich Chapman, came in for 3 years. And then next thing we know, Rich was getting the heck out of here to go to West Georgia. And Pam took over the directorship of the program. And Pam came in at an interesting time. Pam came in with a new administration, not knowing really what to expect relative to that administration, knowing that fell on her to continue the work that Duane and that Rich had done, 2 strong directors. So Pam expanded and intensified the curriculum during her time. She worked hard at recruiting our very best students into the program. She standardized the honors trips and broadened the honors trips, created a circuit, and she really started sowing the seeds for the student social interaction that would thrive as extensively as it did during John's tenure. So Pam, will you come forward, please, and let's unveil your plaque.
It's a joy, an honor, and a privilege to be here, and I must say that if it had not been for the aforementioned change in administration, there is no way that I would have been selected for this position. It was wonderful to work with Fred Carter to build the program and to see it expand and offer opportunities inside the classroom and outside the classroom for some of our finest students. I have many fond memories of all of those times, and it was especially gratifying to be able to hand the program over into the hands of my good friend John Tuttle, who has made it bigger, better, brighter, and more successful every time. I don't know who's coming next, but they got big shoes.
And then John came, 2013. John refined the student orientation and organization. He made it student driven with regard to decisions and governance within the honors program. He substantially enhanced the role of the student chairperson of the organization. John intensified the curriculum. John engaged in a partnership with other campus organizations to broaden the outreach of the honors program. John introduced the international trips with a little help from his friend, which added a unique dimension for every student going through the honors program, and I hope served as a catalyst for a lot of other students in honors to take the chance to go abroad. And then, of course, John domesticated our new honors center with all manner of things that he brought in here once we had built it. John, come forward and let's undo your plaque.
Three quick things. One, I need to mention people who are here with me tonight. My dad, this was his. My wife, I am hers. And my whole family. There is a videotape being made, and eventually it'll make its way to them. My mom is called like twice today, and my siblings and my kids. I got a package today from my sister in Hawaii. She said, just turn to the T page. I said, what are you talking about? She said, just turn to the T page. You'll understand. So here it is. It's Dr. Seuss's ABC Amazing Alphabet book. This is representing my family. And on the T page, you hear big T, little t. What begins with T? 10 tired turtles on a tuttle tree. And that's my family. Thanks, family. Number two, what a fun place to work, Dr. Carter. I mean, what a fun place to work. We've got Dr. Falkenberry and Autry here from centuries gone by. We've got colleagues from the English department, which is the funniest bunch of people I ever worked with. Biologists, not so much. But it's just been a real joy to work here, and it wasn't always that way. When I moved here, the town was small. The university was small. I thought, I gotta find a way. I came from large cities and large universities. And I thought, I gotta go. And then the university got worse, and and other things too. And I did actually get an offer that I didn't take because it was just awful. So I stayed. And I like to explain that portion of my life as B.B. King would. I did what I did before love came to town. About a quarter century ago, love came to town. Dr. Carter came in, took over, and fixed everything. He asked me if I would take honors, and I said, yeah, we need a home. And he said, well, give me a while, and here it is. And I just want to let you know that for my parting act, I have already ordered about 10,000 monarch butterflies and a family of river otters. And on my last week, I'll be dropping them off here. You're welcome. Finally, I've done a couple of newspaper articles because students have assignments coming in. Can I interview you? Sure. And the other day, somebody asked me, what's the main lesson you've learned at FMU? And I thought, what a great question. Why haven't I ever thought about that in 35 years? And then I did, and it's this. It's Fred Carter's leadership rule number 1A. You want to know it? When you treat people like they matter and they belong, a funny thing happens. They begin to believe it, and they begin to act that way. Thank you all for treating me like I matter and I belong. Thank you, Fred.
Thank God, John didn't take you to Rule B, which is when you build a new building, and John brings a chair out here, and Carter comes over and moves the chair from here over there. Or John puts a bulletin board back there, and Carter comes over and moves it from there over there. And then John finally comes out and says, I give up. I give up. And I said, no, you've just started. You can put any of that stuff any place you want now, okay? We've made the point. But the truth of the matter is it is a stunningly beautiful building. How fitting it is that this building will memorialize the contributions of these directors in perpetuity. They built the program, they built the legacy for our honors program here. And as you know, Pam said, but Pam, it's true for all three of you, it's true for all four of you, that in truth, these are big shoes to fill. Now, who will fill those shoes? Well, the provost and I'll have that news for you a little down the road, okay? Not today. Before we adjourn today, though, somebody from English, Meredith, you're here. Say a word or two about our fiction festival this week, will you?
Our fiction festival, Fiction and Poetry Festival, is starting on Thursday, and Friday will be in McNair Auditorium. We have 4 writers coming to campus. Well, one's already here. John Tuttle is one of our writers for this year. So we encourage you to come down. pdfestival.org, I believe, is the address. It has the full schedule up there, and we hope to see you. Come listen to our authors, meet them, get some books, have them signed, enjoy our festivities over in the cottage to celebrate. Thank you.
Our Fiction Festival is a wonderful, wonderful event on campus. Please come out and be a part of it. And then John Rowan, will you talk just a second about Open House, which is coming up this Saturday?
This beautiful building will be the venue for the first hour of our open house this Saturday, which is the information fair. Lots of academic departments, schools, student organizations. We have about 140 students who have registered to come, with 200 guests, parents included. So this is a team effort across the university to showcase all that we have to offer as we prepare to bring in new students for next fall.
Thank you. So that concludes the formal part of our program today. Please come forward and congratulate our friends up here, and come and touch our old timers too while you still can. Thanks for coming out today.